Hello, hi guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. My name is Hayley. I'm going to be guiding you through a slow burn, slow flow type of practice. I can't speak right now. And then we're going to be doing like a restore type of class at the end, maybe last like 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes. Just holding some nice restorative postures. So slowing it down a little bit, holding them for like a longer duration of time just to get into those muscles a little bit deeper. We're going to be working a lot on core throughout the practice. So working on deep twists. We're going to wake up the spine. And then I'm going to embody some physical stillness in the restorative practice at the end. So really observing what we feel, how we feel in those poses when we start to slow down. So we're going to begin on our shins. One thing to note, I forgot to do so. If you have a block or like a book, maybe a box, I don't know, something like that square that we can use for support. We're going to be lying down on it at the end of class. Also, if you want to use it under your hands. And then also maybe a pillow, like a firm pillow or just like a stack of pillows if you have them. These are our little meditation cushions that I'm going to use. We're going to be lying on them on our bellies at the end of class. Don't worry about it now, but just have that nearby. So if you want to go and run and grab that. And then when you're ready, we'll come on to our shins. So if this is a little bit uncomfortable on your knees, you can stick a pillow or a blanket in between your heels or in between your heels and sits bones. So this will lessen the load a little bit, take the pressure off the knees. Once you arrive, take a deep inhale in. Open mouth to exhale to sigh it out. Eyes are soft here. And dropping into your body, into whatever it means to be in this moment for you. So feeling the ground beneath you, maybe on the shins, tops of the feet. Feel the weight of the hands on the tops of the legs. Let the shoulders drop. Let the jaw soften. Let yourself unfold and shift. Notice how the body shifts as you start to arrive. So what's going on internally? What is shifting around? Maybe it's your thoughts, emotions. Give yourself the space to be. To be whatever it is that you're feeling right now. Surrender to reality. sweet surrender. Letting yourself know that you don't have to hold on to whatever it is that you're carrying around. Beginning to feel the breath deepen all the way to the low belly. When we breathe out of anything but the present moment, we breathe from the chest. So let the breath drop all the way down as far as it can go. Deepest breaths in and out. I'm beginning to feel this emotion of contentment. The feeling of contentment is reliant upon the ability to be fully present in this moment. So can you be fully present? An easy way to do so is checking in with the breath, maybe counting the breath or feeling the breath, the sensations. Maybe noticing all of your senses. So can you surrender a little bit more? Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale to pour it out the mouth. Reach the fingertips overhead. You can keep the eyes closed if you would like. On our next exhale, we're going to take a gentle twist to the right side. So plant the left hand on the outside of the right leg. Right fingertips behind the hips. On your inhale, roll the back shoulder down the back. Twist a little deeper. And then inhaling, fingertips lift through center. Take a twist over to the left side, right hand to the left leg, left hand behind the toes. Inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, reach the right side of the chest a little deeper over to the left side. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the right, just for a beat. Inhale through center. Once more to the left side. Reach the fingertips overhead. And then plant the hands next to the legs. Just shift the hips off to one side. And then reach the legs out in front. So lengthen the legs out long. And then we'll bring the left foot to the inner thigh of the right leg. Inhale to reach the arms overhead, squaring the shoulders over the hips. And then exhale, hinging from the hips, take a fold over the front leg. And then gently rolling the spine back up. Plant the left foot on the mat next to your right inner thigh. Left hand behind the hips. Inhale, right arm reaches to the sky. Catch the elbow on the outside of the left leg. Take a gentle twist here. Gaze might shift over the left shoulder. Stay active through the right foot. So flex the toes back to the face. And then inhale back through center. Switch out the legs. Right foot to the left inner thigh. Squaring the shoulders over the hips. Inhale, find length. And then exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold over the left leg. Releasing from your fold. Plant the right foot next to the left inner thigh. Right hand behind the hips. Inhale, left fingertips overhead. Exhale, catch the elbow to the outside of the right leg. Take your twist. Unwinding. Cross the ankles, rolling over into your table pose. So wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Once you arrive, taking some circles of the body, circling in one direction. Starting to work out any kinks, any tension that's built up in the body. Reversing this direction. Beginning to connect with your body. Feel where any tight areas reside and bringing some space into those spots. Meaning back in tabletop. On our next breath in, just taking a couple rounds of cat and cow here. So breath in, pull the heart forward, sink the belly, lift your tailbone, gaze might shift up. Exhale to press the earth away. Broaden through the shoulder blades, round the spine, cat. Inhale takes you to your cow pose. Exhale to your cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale to your cat. Leaning back in neutral tabletop. Reach the left foot out long, out to the left side. Plant the foot on the ground. Stay rooted through the outside edge of the left foot. So starting to feel the inner thigh activate. You might want to rock up and down, starting to open up the left leg. If it's okay on your knee, you can sink the hips back, feeling this intense stretch in the inner thigh of the left leg. Arms reach out long. And then pressing into the hands, lift the hips off the heel. Lift the left toes up. Stay reaching out to the left side. Right arm reaches out to the right side, so you're in your airplane, your awkward airplane pose. Core is insanely active here. You might start to shake. Inhale to find length here. On our exhale, we're going to draw right knee to the left knee through center. Inhale, awkward airplane, reaching in opposite directions. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, awkward airplane. One more time, knee to elbow. Inhale, awkward airplane. Set the left foot back down. Gate pose on your inhale, arms reach overhead. Take a side bend over to the left side. Left hand glides down the left leg. Right arm reaches overhead. Walk the hands through center. Right hand in line with the right knee over outside of the mat. Modified side plank, left arm reaches over to the right side. If you want it, you can start to lift the left leg off the mat. Maybe you want to bend the knee, catch hold of the top of the left foot, coming into a bit of a quad stretch. Roll the left shoulder down the back. Releasing the foot if it was there. Walk the hands back through center, meeting in our tabletop. Take a round of cat and cow here, just to flush out your spine. And coming back through center. Left leg long out to the right, right leg long out to the right side. Plant the right foot on the earth. Feel that knife edge side of the right foot, root down. Feel the inner thigh start to activate. Take a couple rocks forwards and backwards. And then sinking the hips down, maybe resting in your modified child's pose, resting the forehead down on the mat. And then coming up through center. Lift the right toes off the earth, stretching out to the right side. Left fingertips reach out to the left side, awkward airplane. Inhale here. Exhale, draw your knee to your elbow, crunch in through center. Inhale, find length out to the opposite sides. Exhale, crunch. One more time to lengthen. I know it's tough. Exhale, crunch. Inhale to lengthen. Set the right foot down. Walk the fingertips in. Use the core to lift you up. Gate pose. Right hand slides down the right leg. Take a side bend over to the right side. Travel the hands through center. Left hand about a foot outside of the left knee. Modified side plank. Right fingertips reach to the top of the room. Maybe over to the left side. Maybe you want to lift the right leg, bend the knee, catch hold of the top of the foot. Quad stretch. Release the foot. Walk the hands back in underneath the shoulders. Right knee joins the left. Round of cat and cow here. And coming back through table. Walk the hands about a palm print in front of where they are now. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees just to hover, about 1 to 2 inches. Keep the gaze right in between the thumbs. Keep the neck long. So starting to puff up the back of the chest. Press into the fingertips. Belly button is in and up. Core is active. One more round of breath here. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, lift the hips back up in space. Downward facing dog. Taking whatever it takes to arrive here. Arrive to your down dog. Might be the first one of the day. Pedaling out your feet. Shaking the hips side to side. And then finding stillness. On your next breath in, lift the heels, bend the knees. Sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, gently move your hands to heart. Turning things up a little bit, sink the hips. Utkatasana, chair pose. So feet can land hips width or big toes together. Keep sinking the hips a little bit deeper, biceps next to the ears. Sinking a little deeper. And then lowering the hips onto the mat, boat pose. Navasana, whatever that means to you. Toes on the ground, maybe shins parallel with the mat. Maybe lengthening the legs out long. And then we're lowering down to our low boat. Take a full body stretch here just to release. And then bring the hands in a steeple mudra. So pointer finger and thumb are released and the other fingers are interlaced. We'll bring the heels of the feet to the top of the room. Lower the left heel down. Take a crunch over to the right side. Right heel presses to the top of the room. Inhale through center. Exhale, take a twist to the left side. Right heel lowers. Switching out the legs, switching out the hands. Taking this side to side. Starting to open up the backs of the legs, work on the core. Taking about 10 more times, 5 on each side. Twice more. Remembering the breath here. It's easy to hold the breath when something's super challenging. And then meeting through center, take a full body stretch here, release. Draw the knees to the chest. Take a couple rocks up and down the spine, if that's okay on the spine. And then crossing at the feet, step yourself back to a high plank. Next breath in shifts you forward on the toes. Great option to lower knees if you need it. Exhale, bend at the elbows, lower all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes, press into the tops of the feet. Hands next to the rib cage. Inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, cobra. Exhale to lower. Inhale, cobra, pressing through the pelvis into the tops of the feet. Exhale to lower. Once more, spreading the arms out wide like wings. Pressing through the pelvis, lift the heart, lift the head. Using the strength of the back side of the body, engaging it to lift you up, holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Lowering down. Press yourself back, child's pose. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take a breath in to lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, step or hop your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to your fold. Grab opposite triceps. Feet can wiggle a little bit wider than hips width. Take your ragdoll here. Crown of the head heavy. Knees can take a generous bend here. You might want to sway back and forth. Shifting the weight to the toes, lifting up through the sits bones to find this extension along the back side of your body. And then releasing the elbows. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Slowly roll up to standing. Feel the shoulders hug up to the ears. And then crown of the head last to rise. Roll the shoulders down the back. Take a couple rolls of the shoulders back. Opening up the front side of the body. Next, inhale, Urdhva Stasana. Arms reach overhead. Exhale to swan dive. Heart pours forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plant your hands, step back to your high plank or head straight to your downward facing dog. Shift the weight forward. Exhale lowers you halfway or to the belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Hips lift. Exhale takes the hips back, downward facing dog. Shift the heels over to the right side, right knee bends. Side body stretch on the left side. It should feel super intense, super good, super open. Gaze might shift underneath the left armpit. Coming back through center. Inhale, right heel lifts. Exhale, hug the knee to the nose. Touch the foot between the hands. Left knee lowers, untuck the toes. Feel your core kick on. Use it to lift you up. Fingertips rise overhead. Right fingertips reach over to the right side towards the floor. Take a side bend over to the right side. So left fingertips are reaching overhead. Coming back through center. Left hand plants on the inside of the right foot. Take a twisted lunge, so right fingertips reach to the top of the room. Take some circles of the arms back and then front, taking about 3 circles, just opening up the shoulders. And then plant the hands on either side of the foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Step the left foot forward to meet the right, take a fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Root to rise, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale to Tadasana. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale to pour the heart forward. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, step or hop your feet, lowering through a Chaturanga. If you want to head straight to downward facing dog, feel free to do so. Once you're in your down dog, shift the heels over to the left side. Left knee bends, left heel lifts. Side body stretch on the right side. Gaze can shift underneath the right armpit, releasing any tension, any pockets. And then coming back through center. Left heel lifts. Hug the left knee to the nose, rounding the spine. And then touch the toes between the hands. Back knee lowers, untuck the toes. Using the core to lift your fingertips up, lift the belly up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Take a side bend over to the left side. Left fingertips reach towards the earth. Right arm reaches overhead. And then coming back through center. Right hand to the inside of the left foot. Take your twisted lunge. Left fingertips reach overhead. And then taking a couple circles of the arms, so left fingertips reach to the back, circle towards the ground, to the front. And taking 2 more circles here. And then plant the hands on either side of the foot, tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Lengthen the front leg, step the front foot or the back foot forward, come to your forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale to your fold. Arms circle overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. This time, inhale, sink the hips, Utkatasana, chair pose. Draw the hands to our heart. Inhale, find length through the spine. Shift the weight forward. And then exhale, we're going to take a twist to the right side. So catch the left elbow on the right leg. Twisted prayer. Notice if your left knee wants to sneak out in front of the right knee. Hold the left hip back a little bit. 1 more round of breath here. Next breath, inhale through chair. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a twist over to the left side on your next exhale. Elbow catches the thigh. Take a check to see if the right knee is sneaking forward. Roll the left or right hip back. Keep the knees in line with one another. Inhale back through chair. Exhale, take a fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to plant your hands. You can step or hop, maybe head straight to your downward facing dog. Whatever it looks like for you. And we'll meet in our down dog. Shift the heels over to the right side. Right knee bends, side body stretch. Going back through center, right heel lifts. Hug the knee to the nose, touch the foot through. This time, we're coming into our Crescent Warrior. Fingertips rise overhead. Side bend to the right side, so right fingertips reach down, left fingertips overhead. Use the strength of your core. And then moving into our revolved crescent. So right hand will start to reach for the back of the left thigh. Left fingertips reach overhead. Feel this nice extension on the left hip flexor, through the core. Stay bent through the right knee. Draw the hands to prayer. Take a prayer twist to the right side, so left elbow catches the outside of the right leg. Every inhale, reach through the crown of the head, find length through the spine. Every exhale to twist deeper. Reach the fingertips up through your crescent. Lengthen through the front leg, modified pyramid pose. Plant the hands to frame the front leg. Inhale to bend the front knee. Step the back foot forward. Halfway lift on your breath in. Exhale to fold. This time sink the hips, chair pose. And then graze the earth with your fingertips. Sweep the arms back. Inhale back into your chair pose. Sink the hips lower, lower, lower. Glutes hit the ground. Reach the legs out front. So we're in our boat pose. You can always choose to lower the toes onto the ground. Hands will come to heart here. We'll take a boat with a prayer twist. So catch the left elbow to the outside of the right leg. I know it's tough. Right hand might touch behind the hips for a little bit more stability. Maybe the toes plant down. That might get you into a deeper twist where you can twist a little deeper to the right side. Coming back through center, through bow pose. Cross at the ankles. Shift yourself back through a Chaturanga. And we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Inhale to shift the heels over to the left side. Bend the left knee, lift the heel. Gaze underneath the right armpit. Moving back through center. Left heel lifts. Hug the knee to the chest. Touch the foot between the hands. Inhale, keep the back heel lifted. Crescent Warrior. Take a side bend over to the left side. Right fingertips reach overhead. Taking this into your revolved crescent. Left hand will start to reach for the back of the right thigh. Right fingertips reach behind you. Opening up the right hip flexor, right side body. And then hands come to prayer. Catch the right elbow to the left leg, prayer twist. Thinking about using the spine to twist you, avoiding pressing the elbow into the leg to get you there. Reaching from the crown of the head to find length and exhale to twist deeper. Reaching up back through crescent. Lengthen the front leg. Reach the heart forward. Modified pyramid. Plant the hands. Back heel stays lifted. And then take a bend to the front knee. Shift the weight forward. Step the back foot to meet the right or meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Sink the hips, chair pose. Graze the earth with the fingertips, arms reach back, airplane. Inhale back to your chair pose. Keep sinking the hips lower, using the strength of the legs. Navasana, boat pose. Hands to heart. Take a twist off to the left side. Try to find that connection with the elbow to the thigh. The toes might need to set down. Maybe the left hand plants behind the hips. Wherever you're at, you're here for 2 more rounds of breath. Using the strength of the core, find that spinal movement. Next breath in Navasana. Cross at the ankles. Rolling over into your Chaturanga. If you want to take it, we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale to fold. Arms circle overhead. Exhale, hands drop to your heart. Sink the hips, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a twist over to the right side. Holding here. Inhale back through center. This time, airplane the arms. Shift the weight to the right foot. Step the left toes back. So you're in your airplane lunge. Inhale up to our crescent. And then exhale, airplane. Weight shifts back into the front foot. Launch yourself off into your airplane. If you want to come into Warrior 3, maybe switching the arm variation. Lowering the chest a little bit. So airplane, the chest is lifted more. Warrior 3, chest is lifted, but a little bit more parallel to the ground. Arms can be in any variation you want. And then touch the left toes to meet the right. Sink the hips, chair pose. Hands to prayer. One more side here. Twist over to the left. And then coming back through center. Airplane the arms back. Weight shifts to the left foot. Lift the right toes. Touch the right toes back. Inhale to your Crescent Warrior. Exhale to your airplane pose. Weight shifts back to the front foot. Right toes lift. Airplane. Keep the heart lifted. If you want to find a different arm variation, feel free to do so. Soften the front knee. Touch the right toes down to meet the left. One more time, chair pose here. Sink the hips low, 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 low. Navasana. Exhale, lowers you to low boat. Inhale, lifts you back to your high boat. 3 more times low boat, using the core. Exhale, high boat. Low boat. High boat. Low boat. High boat, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Crossing at the ankles. Getting to your downward facing dog, however you get there. Step or hop. Inhale to roll forward, high plank. Exhale, lowering on the count of 5, down to our belly, so bending at the elbows. Hi, Kobe. Exhale, lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin to center of the chest or mat. Arms reach out alongside the body. Palms face down. On our next inhale, we'll peel the chest and head off the mat. Roll the shoulders down the back. Lift up through the knees. Lift the toes. Keep the legs zipped together as much as possible. And then lift the hands. So we're in our locust Shavasana pose. Keep the gaze a little bit out in front of the nose. Keep the neck long. So as much as we strengthen the front side of our body, our back is just as important when we're strengthening our core. One more round of breath here. And then exhale to lower one cheek to the mat. You can let the heels fall out. You might want to bend the knees. Windshield wiper the legs. And then hands next to the sides of your body. Press yourself back. Child's pose to release the low back. And when you're ready, you can come onto your shins, kick the feet out in front of you. Plant the feet, and then slowly lower down onto your backs. So having your props next to you, we're gonna come into slower, more restorative part of the practice. So slowly lowering down onto the backs, vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep the feet planted, so ankles underneath the knees. Hands next to the hips, palm face down. On your next inhale, take a posterior tilt of the pelvis. So press the low back into the earth, so you're tucking your tailbone. Press into the feet, into the hands. Lift the hips up, bridge pose. On your exhale, lowering from the upper back, the mid back, the low back. Rolling the spine down. Next inhale, lifting the low, the mid, the upper back. Exhale to lower the upper, the mid, the low back. One more time here. Inhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the low, mid, and upper back. This time holding here, you might want to interlace the hands behind your hips, walk the shoulder blades underneath the back, finding this width across the collarbones, across the chest. Keep hugging the inner thighs together. Hold the heels back to the back of the mat to start to activate the hamstrings. So bridge is a super active pose if we want it to be. Keep lifting the pelvis up higher, holding here for a couple more rounds of breath. And then releasing any hands if you were interlaced, lowering the upper, the mid, and the low back. Hug the knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze. You might want to rock side to side. And taking this into your happy baby. So draw the knees to the chest or to the armpits. Hands can grab hold of outside edges of the feet, ankles, behind the knees. Keep pressing the sacrum, the pelvis down into the earth. Keep reaching the sits bones to the front of the room to find this length in the low back. Maybe it feels nice to rock side to side. So our hips hold a ton of physical and emotional stress. So if it feels nice to sit here a little bit longer, release, surrender, letting go of anything the hips are holding on to. You're going to draw the knees to the chest, arms out to a T. Take a supine twist over to the left side. Let the knees fall over to the left. Hips can lift over to the right side. Gaze can shift over to the right. Now listen carefully. We're going to roll onto our bellies. So rolling, let the knees fall over to the right side. And then grabbing hold of your props. I'll face the front of the mat. Grabbing onto your props, your pillows, blanket, whatever, something cushy. So your knees are going to be over to the left side still. And then we're going to rock, roll the body. So melt the heart, melt the hips, melt the face onto your cushions. The arms can rest underneath the forehead. If you want to rest one cheek on the mat, just letting yourself be heavy here in this gentle release, gentle twist. And keep telling your body it's okay to let go. And letting yourself sink in, melting down into your body, into yourself. Using the hands to lift the torso back up. You might want to remove cushion just off to the side. Left knee will stay where it is. You might need to wiggle yourself back onto your mat a little bit. Right shin will be parallel on your mat to the shorter edge side of your mat. We're coming into deer pose. So left inner side, or inside edge of the left foot can rest on the mat, rest on the floor. Think about the arch of the right foot like a little cave for the left knee to hug into. And this will be a deep stretch for the hips. So starting to fold yourself forward. You might want to use your bolsters or pillows to keep yourself propped up if that helps. And then melting the forehead down wherever it lands. Feeling the stretch in the right outer hip, outer glute. Walking the hands back in. Keep the right shin where it is. You might need to take the shin a little bit as a diagonal. Lengthen the left leg behind you. So leg is long, toes are untucked. We're coming into half pigeon or sleeping pigeon if you want it. Staying on fingertips. Internally rotate the left thigh. So that squares off the hips, that pulls the left hip forward, right hip pulls back. If you want to, you can start to walk the hands forward, maybe lowering down onto forearms, maybe forehead, finding this sweet surrender in this pose, in your hips, in your heart. Walk the hands back in. Rolling onto the right hip, kick the legs out in front of you. And we'll come back onto our back, taking this on the other side. So draw the knees into your chest, arms out to a T. Shift the hips off to the left side, let the knees fall to the right side. Just coming into a gentle supine twist for a moment. And then rolling onto your belly. The knees will be, I think I might have messed this up on the other side, but taking the other side that you didn't take last time. So I'm going to take the knees off to the right side. And I'll show you at the front of my mat, bringing my pillows to center. So knees off to the right this time. And then lowering the belly down onto the pillows, bolsters, props. Letting yourself sink into this pose. Notice what the breath is doing. Is the breath drawing all the way down to the low belly? Or are you taking short and shallow breaths? Walking the hands back in. Left shin will come parallel to the mat. Right knee will hug into the arch of the left foot. Inside edge of the right foot can rest on the mat, coming into our deer pose. If this is enough on the hips, you can stay upright. If you want a little bit more sensation, start walking the hands forward, maybe using your pillows here to keep you upright. And letting yourself just sink into your pose. Allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. No need to justify, no need to assign any meaning if it's positive or negative, not labeling. Just sitting with what is. Start to walk the hands back in. Lengthen the right leg behind you. Toes stay untucked. Left shin might need to wiggle a little bit to be a little bit more diagonal. If the shin is parallel, that's awesome. If it's diagonal, that's awesome too. Either stay upright, roll the right inner thigh, internally rotate it, draw the right hip forward, left hip back. You can start to walk the hands forward once again. Letting your prop support you here. Restoring the body. Pausing, stopping so that we can carry on with whatever it is in our lives. Hands come back in underneath the shoulders. And then mindfully rolling onto the left side, left hip. Draw the legs forward. And then make your way onto your back. We're going to come into gentle heart opener for our final resting pose. If you know you don't like to go there, feel free to take traditional Shavasana. If you want to use a prop like a block, or if you have some sturdy pillows, we're going to place it underneath our spine. So lengthwise, if you're using a block, just finding anything that feels best in your body just to open the chest once more, surrendering the body. Arms can reach out to the side, really expanding the wings. Let the feet fall wide, hips width, or a little bit wider. Let the toes fall outwards. If you need a little prop underneath the head to find that connection, feel free to add something there so the head's not hanging off in space. Feel the weight of the back of the chest, back of the heart, settle onto your block, onto your prop, or onto your mat. And feeling yourself let go. Let go of the jaw. Let the tongue release from the roof of the mouth. Let the fingertips soften. Let the knees relax. And I'll be here to guide you out of your final resting pose, but staying here for as long as you need or would like. Shavasana. And when you're ready, beginning to come back to your body. You're bringing one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Coming back to this rhythm of your breath, your life force. Your breath is always there to guide you in moments of distress, present moment. So using your breath to always anchor you. When you're ready, gently rolling onto one side to remove the props. And then make your way to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. Inhale to lift the fingertips overhead. Exhale, draw the thumbs to your third eye, space between the brows, space of intuition. Tucking the chin gently. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Thanks for sharing your practice with me. From my heart to yours, the lights in love within me honors and bows to the lights in love within you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining once again. My name's Hayley. If you need anything, just shoot me a message. Probably on Instagram is the easiest way you can find me. If not, have a lovely evening, day ahead, and I will see you soon. I'll be back here Friday morning at 7 a.m. for just a flow, a vinyasa flow, a little bit more heat building, a little bit quicker than tonight's class. See you soon. Thank you.